What if the world's most feared air force isn't the biggest a broken bar, isn't the richest a broken bar, but the most battle-tested? Israel flies fewer jets than global superpowers, but its pilots rewrite air combat rules in real wars. Tonight, we go inside the elite force many believe is the deadliest in the sky. Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Here's a shocking fact to begin with. Israel's Air Force has destroyed entire enemy air forces and hours, sometimes before the world even realized a war had begun. While many nations train for hypothetical conflicts, Israel's pilots train for wars they know will come. Surrounded by hostile borders, limited strategic depth, and constant threats, Israel built an air force designed not for show but for survival. Every mission matters. Every mistake costs lives. This brutal reality forged one of the most disciplined, aggressive, and adaptive air forces on Earth. Israeli pilots don't just fly jets, they carry the burden of national defense on every sortie. From preemptive strikes to deep penetration missions, Israel's air doctrine prioritizes speed, intelligence, and overwhelming precision. Unlike larger air forces that rely on numbers, Israel relies on decision-making under pressure. This opening section sets the stage for the central question of this video. Does Israel truly possess the world's best air force, or is it simply the most battle-hardened? To answer that, we must examine its pilots, its aircraft, its tactics, and its real-world performance where theory meets combat. Israel's air power story begins with its pilots, arguably the most selective in the world. Becoming an Israeli fighter pilot is statistically harder than entering elite special forces. Candidates endure years of psychological screening, physical endurance testing, and constant evaluation. But what truly separates Israeli pilots is not training alone, it's mindset. They are trained to think independently, to disobey orders if battlefield logic demands it, and to adapt instantly when plans collapse. This philosophy is rare in rigid military hierarchies. Israeli pilots are expected to act as tacticians, intelligence analysts, and commanders all at once. They regularly train against simulated worst-case scenarios, multiple missile launches, electronic warfare saturation, and loss of communications. Unlike many air forces that rotate pilots frequently, Israel retains highly experienced aviators who accumulate real combat hours early in their careers. This creates a culture where lessons learned in war are immediately passed to the next generation. In air combat, experience often matters more than technology, and Israel ensures its pilots gain both faster than almost anyone else. Technology is where Israel quietly reshapes global air power. The backbone of its fleet is the F-35I Adir, a heavily customized stealth fighter unlike any other in the world. While other nations fly standard versions, Israel integrates its own electronic warfare systems, sensors, and classified software. This allows Israeli pilots to detect threats earlier, jam enemy radars more effectively, and strike with extreme precision. Alongside the F-35, Israel still operates upgraded F-15s and F-16s, proof that old airframes, when modernized correctly, remain lethal. These jets are integrated into a seamless network of satellites, drones, ground radars, and intelligence units. The result is not just an air force but an airborne nervous system. Israeli jets rarely fly blind. Targets are identified, confirmed, and updated in real time. This integration allows Israel to strike high-value targets with minimal exposure, often without entering contested airspace for long. It's not about owning the most aircraft, it's about making every aircraft smarter. Doctrine is where Israel truly separates itself. Most air forces plan for long campaigns. Israel plans for short, decisive ones. Its doctrine emphasizes air superiority within hours, not days. This means rapid runway repairs, dispersed aircraft shelters, and pilots ready to launch within minutes. Israel also practices preemptive strike doctrine, controversial, but central to its survival strategy. When intelligence suggests an imminent threat, the Air Force is expected to neutralize it before missiles are launched or aircraft take off. This doctrine was proven repeatedly in history, where enemy air forces were destroyed on the ground. Today, the same logic applies to missile sites, command centers, and air defenses. Israeli planners assume they will be outnumbered and design tactics accordingly. Speed, surprise, and information dominance replace mass formations. This approach has influenced modern air warfare thinking far beyond the Middle East. Combat experience is the ultimate test, and this is where Israel's Air Force stands apart. Israeli jets have flown thousands of real combat sorties in complex environments filled with radar systems, missiles, and urban terrain. These are not simulated wars. These are operations conducted under global scrutiny, political pressure, and extreme time constraints. Each mission feeds back into training, upgrades, and doctrine almost immediately. Mistakes are studied ruthlessly, successes are refined. This constant feedback loop creates rapid evolution. While other air forces wait decades to validate concepts in war, Israel does it in real time. This gives Israeli commanders a unique advantage. They know what works because they've used it when lives were on the line. Comparing Israel to global superpowers reveals an important truth. The United States, China, and Russia possess larger fleets, longer reach, and greater resources. But size does not automatically equal superiority. Israel's advantage lies in efficiency. Its pilots fly more operationally relevant missions. Its aircraft are upgraded faster. Its intelligence-to-strike cycle is shorter. In modern air warfare, speed of decision often outweighs raw firepower. Israel's Air Force is built around this reality. It may not dominate globally, but within its operational environment, it is brutally effective. Another critical factor is integration with intelligence agencies. Israeli air operations are deeply connected to signals intelligence, cyber units, and surveillance platforms. This allows airstrikes to be synchronized with electronic disruption and information warfare. Enemy systems are often blinded, confused, or delayed before aircraft even appear. This layered approach reduces pilot risk and increases mission success. Its air power enhanced by intelligence supremacy. Critics argue that Israel's Air Force benefits from fighting weaker opponents, but this oversimplifies reality. Operating in dense urban environments, under political constraints, against adaptive adversaries presents its own challenges. Precision, discrimination, and accountability matter as much as lethality. Israeli pilots are trained not only to strike you but to decide when not to. This restraint, under pressure, is a skill rarely discussed but deeply important. So, does Israel have the world's best air force? The answer depends on definition. It may not project power across continents, but in terms of readiness, adaptability, pilot quality, and combat validation, Israel ranks among the elite. Its air force is not built to impress, it is built to win quickly, decisively, and repeatedly. In the end, Israel's air power represents a different model of dominance, one forged by necessity rather than ambition. It proves that a smaller force, when trained relentlessly, integrated intelligently, and tested in reality, can outperform much larger rivals in critical moments. Whether you call it the best or simply the most battle-tested, one thing is undeniable: Israel's Air Force has permanently changed how modern air warfare is fought. If you value deep military analysis beyond headlines, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with fellow defense enthusiasts. Comment below: do you think air power is about size, technology, or experience? Stay sharp, and we'll see you in the next intelligence briefing.